Alright, I'm going to try to noodle around in this weird mix between. Again, I'm just going to warm up here and I'm going to try to play like the sharpening off of the Phrygian because I'm going to do the bluesy thing off of it, but then I'm kind of making it, I guess, a mix between Spanish and blues because I'm going to try to flatten the third on it to get like a Mixolydian third on it, but then just try to noodle around in that collection of notes and see if it doesn't, see if how ugly it gets or what it feels like. Obviously feels a little, it makes me do different things, so it might not sound totally bluesy because I'm just kind of trying to think what that collection might sound like if I just tweak that, basically that one note. I don't know. I don't know if that. I'm gonna keep trying to play with that. So, we'll see. Moose with me, because I don't like. I like mooses better than the bear. So, I don't say bear with me. I say moose with me. Okay, just moose with me here. Don't worry, it's a nice moose. I'm gonna. All right, so I think I'm going to keep on doing this where I'm going to go through these 3 nodal points, and I'm going to practice my tools on my nodal points, and then my distance, and then viewing between the perspective of the looking at the Phrygian in the collection of C major, looking at the Aeolian, same note though, E, and the collection of G notes, and then looking at the Mixolydian in the collection of A notes, and then analyze the same bluesy pattern from the multiple perspectives, trying to see how I can name it from each of those perspectives, which I think is a more efficient or better naming convention for people that actually want to communicate what they're doing to people instead of making a mystery out of it, so you can prove how cool you are to figure out the mystery when you don't just tell them what it is you're trying to do, which would be like the nice thing to do. I feel like if you just try to tell them what you're doing, like as clearly as possible, that would be nice. But that's just me. I'm a teacher, so I guess I kind of like to do that. That's like my whole thing. I guess that's what I strive personally. That's what I strive to do. Anyway, but before we get there, let's try a joke. Just a random joke now. I'm over the soap opera. I'm over it, man. I'm not I'm not any of the big influencers these days. I don't even want to listen to them. I'm disgusted with everyone. So I'll just go back to my random stupid pun jokes, and then I'll get into it. So let's see. Oh, wait a second. Hold on a second. Something funny happened. Does this work? Is this working? All right, there it is. Stupid pun joke. All right. I think something has gone wrong with my video production department manager. Something has gone wrong with the production department. I get that she's the one that actually makes the videos. That part makes sense, that she makes the videos. But does every meeting she sets up need to be titled, "Prepare to meet your maker"? You know? I mean, it's kind of like, just because you make the videos in the production team doesn't mean that you should put on the calendar when you're setting appointments, "Prepare to meet your maker." That doesn't seem appropriate to me, because at a certain point, it stops sounding like production and starts sounding like a final boarding call, for crying out loud. And look, I feel like I'm also contributing to making stuff here. I'm also a maker of the process. I may not be the production team maker part of it, but I'm at least the co-pilot, you know? I touch buttons, important ones, probably. So I mean, still, and that's not even the biggest issue with this organization. There's not even the biggest, people be talking crap about organizations have all these problems. Every organization has problems, people, if you dig. If you dig or vaguely just say things and then just imply problems, and of course, you know, like, look, that's not even our worst problem. That honor goes to the marketing team. The marketing team always has issues, man. Those marketing people, because they're all about manipulating people. I feel like I don't trust those marketing team, but you have to have them, you know? So, I mean, because like, anyway, how do you have a landing page containing an image looking down on clouds, you know? The landing page should not have images of clouds. I mean, this seems obvious to me, as, you know, now that I go and I look at what this marketing department does, and they got a landing page with clouds on. That's not a landing page. That's cruising altitude, for crying out loud. People get there and think, "Oh, we're still in the air. I'll wait." The whole page says, "Please remain seated while we circle the airport indefinitely." You know, a landing page should be wheels down, seatbelts sign off, cabin phone use allowed, wallets open. That's what the landing page is for. You're confusing people if you put clouds on it. Instead, your landing page says, "Ladies and gentlemen, we'll begin our descent, just not today. We want it today. We want a touchdown from the sky with the payment at this point in time." No wonder people aren't signing up. This is ridiculous, man. Kind of organization. Who am I working with? This is where customers are supposed to touch down and buy, not stare out the window wondering if they missed their connection flight to check out. I'm telling you. It's like I have to do everything around here, you know? I don't know. Whatever. I wrote a song about it. I haven't heard it yet. I just put the joke into Suno. Let's see what Suno's got with it. First impressions.
I think something's wrong with the video department. I don't wanna panic, but I'm feeling important. I get it, she's the one who makes the whole thing run. That part tracks, that part's fine, that part's done. But every meeting's titled like a prophecy. Prepare to meet your maker, that's a lot for me. At some point it stops sounding like production, starts sounding like a last call, final instruction. And look, I feel like I help a little too. I may not be God, but I'm flight crew. I'm not the maker, but I'm co-pilot certified. I touch buttons, big ones, probably vital to the ride. If this thing crashes, I was technically involved, so maybe don't title every meeting like we're getting absolved. But honestly, that's not even the main concern. The real fire's over where the marketers burn, 'cause our landing page explain this choice is a picture looking down at clouds. Why's our landing page above the sky? That's not welcome, that's please stand by. That's not landing, that's cruising speed. That's 30,000 feet of do not proceed. Yeah, it's not a landing, it's altitude. People show up and go, oh, we're not through. They click the link and they sit back down. We'll just wait till we touch the ground. The whole page says without a doubt, please remain seated while we circle check out. A landing page should be wheels on the track. Seatbelt off, phone out, card in hand, tap, tap. This is the moment you open the gate. This is where money stops, hesitate. Instead it says, real calm, real sweet. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll descend next week. Not today, not now, not soon. Just vibes and clouds in an eternal loop. No wonder nobody's signing up. We never land, we just circle above. This is where customers touch down and buy, not stare out the window wondering why did we miss the connection. Is checkout gone? Or are we still airborne with the wallet sign on? Yeah. Yeah. Did we miss the connection? Is checkout gone? Or are we still airborne with the wallet sign on?
All right. I mean, not bad. Not much you can do with a joke like that in song version, I feel like. So, you know. YouTube says it's not getting enough information to run smoothly. So, hopefully, YouTube will fix it. Everything's running, everything's set up on my side. That's your fault, YouTube. YouTube. Everything's calling me names. Even my upload thing is calling me a tube. You're a tube. You're a tube. Okay? Not a tube. You're the tube. I love this. All right. Let's see. Okay, so I'm on nodal point numero tres, collection of notes around the key of C. All right, so I was thinking this is the one I did last time. It's kind of where I left off. So how do I get rid of this thing? This thing bothers me. Get out of here, thing. Can I turn it off? Show me, interest, explain, suggest. Hide. Yeah, get away. That thing is driving me crazy. Okay. So now we're going to say, should I go to a different, so I did the lean back and then reaching up 3, 2. So if I reach up above it, I can say, okay, what's above it here? And so there's only one string above this nodal point, but I could say, okay, reaching above it, where would the third be? If I'm thinking about that as the Phrygian. So 3 minus 1 is 2. It'd be 2 modal whole steps up. So it'd be 3, 4, 5. So the third is up here, which is interesting, right? Okay, but that's, and how far away is that from, that's a minor third because I'm going the third from this nodal point. So that's going to be the first modal whole step, second modal half step, and which would be the third scale degree from a minor nodal point is going to be 3 notes away. If I was going clockwise, though, I'm going counterclockwise, so it's 12 minus 3 or a negative or counterclockwise distance of 9. So it's 5 notes between the strings, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, if I want to fudge that to the major to kind of mix this into like a bluesy type of thing, I got to move that up 1. So it's in between those two because that would be 4 notes away. All right. So what about the 5? So I'm going to say 5 minus 1 is 4 modal half steps up. So I'm on nodal point 3 plus 4. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's going to be right above it. The second modal whole step, which is the 4th modal half step, which is the 5th scale degree, has a distance of 7 notes away, but that's the clockwise distance. Counterclockwise would be 12 minus 7 or 5, and there's 5 notes between the strings, so that's a negative 5 distance, which equates to a positive or clockwise 7 distance. What about the 7? So 7 minus 1 is 6, so 6 plus 3 would be 6, 7, and then 1, 2, looking for the Dorian, or I could just say that the third modal whole step, which is the 6th modal half step, which is the 7th scale degree, is just 1 node behind the node I'm measuring from, which is nodal point 3. Therefore, it would be nodal point 2, which is the Dorian node. So, and it's going to have a distance of 10 notes away because it's a minor distance from a minor nodal point. And that would be the clockwise distance. We're going negative or counterclockwise, so it'd be 10 minus 12, 12 minus 10 for negative 2. So this would be negative 5, 4, 3, 2. Negative 2 distance away. So that's kind of like the mapping above it there. So if I was to kind of, so then I like to kind of think about, well, what if I root one of my fingers here? Like, let's try my pinky. If I root my pinky here, then and I also have this open E. So I have an E here, that's my tonic, and I have my tonic Phrygian open. So I could like noodle, which is kind of hard for me because I actually don't play that bass note a lot because it's so heavy that it kind of crowds out anything else you play to some degree. If you like strum it a lot, right? You want to hit it like once and then go down, but I don't do it. So anyway, so if I walk this back, I kind of want to land this third right here. That's the minor third, but I'm forcing that into a major because I'm kind of trying to tweak the minor into the major with the third. So this one's outside the key, but that's kind of where I'm thinking of myself as. And then if I go the other way, then I have the 7 over here, which is cool. And then I can toggle between that 7, that's a minor 7, because that's bluesy, in a major or minor context, because the major would be Mixolydian, and then maybe I can reach both of those, because if I put this finger here, I might be able to reach to the minor 7. So now I'm just trying to find different ways I can finger this just to switch things up. So if I put my middle finger there, I can reach back with my pinky to the minor 7. And that's about as far as I can get. So I can get to like the minor third, the major third. Now, if I look at that same thing from the perspective of E minor, so now I'm in the collection of notes around E minor. So if I was on E minor, I can figure that by saying, well, if this E is the minor, then or if this E is the minor, then the major's out here, which is G, right? So from that would be position 1. So that means the position that I'm looking at right here, if this is position 1, this is position 2, this would be position 3 that I'm in. So I'm in like the front of position 3 kind of, which is right here. So So now I'm like, okay, now I'm thinking that I'm on the minor. So this same note, E, is now Mixolydian, or is Aeolian, right? So now I'm going to say, okay, let's analyze that from the Aeolian. So I find the third. 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 modal whole steps, 2 modal half steps up from 6. 6, 7, and then around the horn to 1. So that would be out here. Boom. So that would be the Ionian, same place and same idea that I would want to push that forward, because this is another minor node that has the same distance away note-wise, because it's the first modal whole step, second modal half step, third scale degree, which has a distance from a minor position of 3 notes away, but I'm going to push it up 1 to make it 4 notes away to do the bluesy thing to that one. And then I'm going to say, okay, what about the 5? So if I say 5 minus 1 is 4, 4 up from nodal point number 6 would be 6, 7, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. So I'm looking for nodal point number 3, which is the Phrygian, which is right above it. And again, it's the second modal whole step, which is the fourth modal half step. Fifth scale degree is 7 notes away, clockwise distance, counterclockwise. 12 minus 7 is 5. 5 notes between the strings. And then the 7, so if I took 7 minus 1, 6 modal half steps up from nodal point 6, so it'd be 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, nodal point number 5, or we know that the third modal whole step, which is the 6th modal half step, 7th scale degree, is going to be 1 back from whatever nodal point I'm measuring from. I'm measuring from 6, so 6 minus 1 is 5. There's a 5 right there, which has a distance of a minor distance, 10 notes away instead of 11 notes away from there. But because I'm going counterclockwise, the counterclockwise distance, 12 minus 10, is negative 2 away. All right, so we come up to the same logic here, just measuring from nodal point number 6. And now I'm just seeing, so I'm just looking at it from the perspective of it's the Aeolian, but I'm still sharpening the third. So I'm still kind of doing the same thing. difference here between these two, by the way, is of course I keep on trying to go back to that minor second right there, whereas here it would be the major second, which would be the normal thing to do. But when I was over here, it would be a minor second right there, which is kind of, again, that's kind of weird. That's why I want to mess with So then if we looked at that from the perspective of the Mixolydian, I'll try to change this one too. So I want to look at this from the perspective of the Mixolydian, which is this collection. Well, this is on Locrian. Let's change it to Mixolydian. So now all the distances should be Mixolydian. Get this thing out of here. Get out of here, stupid thing. No one wants to talk to Copilot. Okay. All right. So now we're on this one. So now I'm on Mixolydian. Now if I'm on Mixolydian, how do I find the Ionian? So now I'm like, okay, I want to make that Mixolydian. I need to find the collection of notes that I'm in, though. So you know, Mixolydian, I could go, how far up is it to get to the Ionian, because that's closer to going up than backwards, right? Maybe. So it's going to be 3, 4, 5. 5, 6, 7, 1. So it's 3 modal half steps up to get to the Ionian. So I could say, okay, if it's 3 modal half steps if it's 3 modal half steps, it's going to be the 4th scale degree from nodal point number 5, which has a distance of 5 notes away. So I should be able to say, okay, if I want to make that one, I should be able to go 5 notes away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which would be right there. Right? Is that right? And that should be, and then whatever that is. So what note is that? That's gonna be a A. So I'm in the collection of notes of A major, right? So if I was on A major here, then the minor is gonna be F sharp or G flat. So that would be position number 1 would be back here, position 1. So then this is, so I'm kind of in position, this would be position 2, but I'm kind of thinking of myself maybe in position 3 right here, which would, from the perspective of the Ionian, would be a D-shaped position, right? So I'm on 7 from here. So if that's the 2, this is like a door. You might call this a Dorian shape, because if you start here, it'd be a Dorian. 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. From here, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 to 5. Mixolydian to Mixolydian in this shape is there to there. Okay, so that's fine. Measuring the same thing out from this shape. 3, the third is 2 modal half steps up. So 5, 6, 7. So I'm looking for a 7, which is the Locrian. So the Locrian is the first modal whole step, which is the second modal half step, which is the 3rd scale degree up from nodal point 5 Mixolydian, which has a distance of, in half steps, 4 away. Why? Because it's a major first modal whole step, second modal half step, 3rd scale degree. So in other words, that would be 4 away, but counterclockwise would be 12 minus 4, which would be 8. So -8, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8 away. Now, if I wanted to make that a minor distance, I'd have to bring it up. No, I'd have to bring it back. Flatten it, right? Okay, so now this one's in the key, but the minor, when I want to smear it, I'm going to smear outside the key. So this one's closest to the actual collection of notes that the blues are kind of like settled in, instead of smearing into it or smearing out of the collection I'm thinking of. I'm smearing into the collection I'm thinking of. I'm going from the third that's outside the collection to the one that's inside. Whereas from the minor perspective, I'm going from the note inside the collection, smearing outside. So then I'm going to say, okay, where's the fifth? 5 minus 1 is 4. So it's 4 modal half steps up from nodal point number 5. So 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 1, 2. So that's the Dorian. So the Dorian then, boom, is the second modal whole step, which is the 4th modal half step, which is the 5th scale degree from nodal point 5, Mixolydian, which has a distance of 7 notes away. That would be the clockwise distance. I'm going counterclockwise, so it would be 12 minus 7, or 5, same distance as the minor nodes. The only weird one being the Locrian node on that one that has a different distance. What about the 7? So if I have 7 minus 1 would be 6 away from nodal point 5. So it would be 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4. Nodal point numero quattro, 4. All right, or I can say, I know that the nodal point, well, I can say, well, that means that the nodal point 4 Lydian node is the 3rd modal whole step, 6th modal half step, 7th scale degree away from nodal point 5 Mixolydian. I can also say that it's 1 step back. 5 minus 1 is 4. Has a distance of 10 notes away, because it's even though that's a minor distance, because it's going from the Mixolydian node, which has a minor distance, instead of the 11 note away. That's why it's the bluesy mode that's most succinct to where you actually land on in the bluesy thing typically. So if I was to go 10 clockwise, that would be 12 minus 10. That would be 5, 2 counterclockwise. So 5, 4, 3, 2. All right. So same thing, but now I'm just looking at the same thing from the collection of notes around as though the root I'm on is now Mixolydian. So Mixolydian. So what's different about the Mixolydian? It has the major third in it, and it also has, of course, a major second. So the Mixolydian is actually pretty similar to the Aeolian, but it has because it has the major second, and then on the Aeolian we were sharpened the third, but it also has the major 9. So if we look at it also has a major 9 distance in it. Wait a sec, 9? No, a major 6 distance, which is 9 notes away. I get that confused. I think I see a 9 and a 6 in my head, and I get them. It's a major 6 instead of a minor 6, which is 9 notes away instead of 8 notes away. So the 6, 9 notes away. So anyway. So the box is right underneath it here. Position 3. 9. So 9 minus should be 9 notes away. 3. So 5, 4, 4, 3. So here it is, right? This node right here is the one that's different. So, and if we were playing pentatonic, we would just remove that one because it's the bottom of the box. So in this collection of notes, when I'm going this way, I can kind of emphasize that 9 as the difference. Keep on going back to the other shape. It's hard for me to stay in. So that's the point. That's the point, though. Okay. So let's go back to the first one. So now I'm back to the collection of notes around the key of C. Position 1 here. For the Aeolian. But I'm on the Phrygian, focusing on Phryg. All right, so I did that. I think I did the lean back. Oh, man. Oh, now I left it down there. All right, so now let's pick another nodal point, maybe. So what, did I do this nodal point back here? So let's pick this nodal point and do the same thing. So now I'm like, okay, now I'm at the bottom of the box again. Phrygian's always the bottom of the box. It's in the basement of Ionian's house. That jerk. I don't like that. Ionian's not that bad, though. It's that Lydian. Lydian thinks he's so cool, but whatever. think I was noodling around on this wrong before, because... Now, wait a second. No, that's wrong. It's up here. I'm back to this collection. Okay. Here, this is where I'm at. It sounds almost like... So it's hard not... If you emphasize that second one, you get kind of like a different flavor than the bluesy. Because usually it's a major second. But I'm going to take that minor second and then add the major third. So if I do that, let's think about it's going up. Let's try to reach up this way. Well, I just reached up. Let's just try to think about the same line here that I was just doing. So if I'm just trying to noodle around like on this line, where's the third? So the third is two modal half steps up from the Phrygian node. So 3, 4, 5. So that's going to be the 5 nodal point 5. Nodal point 5 is one modal whole step up, first modal whole step, second modal half step, third scale degree, which has a distance from a minor node of 3 notes away. And then if I wanted to make it a major, that's the one I'm going to smear out here. That's kind of like the bluesy type of thing. And then what about the fifth? 5 minus 1 is 4. So I'm on nodal point 3 plus 4, 4, 5, 6, 7. That would be nodal point 7. If I'm on the same string, that would be out here. But I would think the easiest one to reach might be the one below it. That would be the fifth right there, which has a distance of 7 notes away. What about the 7? Where's that? If it's 7 minus 1, it's going to be 6 modal half steps up from the Phrygian. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2. So Dorian. So that easiest one to reach if I'm putting my pointer finger there would be up here, right? And that would be, again, a distance. That would be the third modal whole step, 6th modal half step, 7th scale degree, which has a distance of 10 notes away. So if I was to do that, the thing that's fun, but the thing that I'm kind of messing with that's different in this collection, the thing that's different is this one, right? Maybe I should, if there's a way to, I'll emphasize the different one with a different color. Won't that be fancy? Oh, that's the fill color outline. There. It'll be red. So that's the difference. That's like, okay, that's what I'm doing. That's weird right there because it's outside. So I'm going to add that one in to give it the flavor of the differenceness. That's different too because I'm smearing what should be a Phrygian into a major third. Can you do that? I don't know. Where should I end this off? There's the 5. And that would be a 7 right there. One place I can end it off is I have another major third up here, so I could go. That's a minor third, so the major third would be smeared up here, so I can end it off right there. let's now go to the collection of notes around. Make that same node an Aeolian, and do the same thing. So if I'm like on that node, so now if I'm making the Aeolian, and I look at that at the top string, I want the E Aeolian. Here's an E up there. If that's if this, or here's an E open E, if that's Aeolian, then on position 1, the G would be the major or Ionian, right? So that means this is position 2 that I'm kind of thinking in, which is actually the you could think of it as actually the the Locrian position if you started on the first note. It's actually, you know, but it's the Ionian. From a cage system, it's the Ionian E shape, right? Bar chord. So in any case, we're going to say that we have, from this node, 6, where's the third? If I go forward from nodal point 6, 3 minus 1 is 2. It's 2 modal half steps up, 6, 7, 1. So it would be the Ionian, right? Boom. And so then, and that one again is a minor third, so I'd smear it to the major third if I think about this collection of notes. And I would say that where's the fifth? 5 minus 1 is 4 modal half steps up, so 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. Nodal point number 3. So you have one here. That would be the Phrygian, 7 notes up. And then what about the 7? 7 minus 1 is 6, so 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nodal point number 5, or 6 minus 1 is 5. So we get the same shape up here. What's different from this shape to what we saw before? Well, this is going to be different right there. Because now I have a major second, which is the normal one, but it's different than the Phrygian that I was kind of focused on, right? So this one has a normal second note away second. So when so now I'm like, instead of me noodling in here like this, because it would be position 5 that I would be thinking of myself in, right? Now I'm mixed up on that. If I was over here under my normal position, I play it so much I forget I'd be thinking of myself as position 5 in here, like the Mixolydian shape position. But over here, I'd be thinking of myself in position 2, which would be like the Locrian or Ionian bar chord position. So then that has a major second instead of... So that's more traditional, or at least bluesy traditional. And then this one, I have another third. So that's the 7. The third, I have a third up here, same third, which is right there. So I can end with this going from here to here. It's also useful to know where the box is. So I'm right under the box, and then here I'm at the top of the box when I reach this way. And I'm reaching outside the box to get that third. visualize that from this perspective, this collection of notes, now I'm just going to say, all right, same thing. Let's see if I could change the bottom bit. So now I'm thinking of myself in the Mixolydian. So again, if I'm thinking of myself in Mixolydian, where's the Ionian? So I'm on nodal point 5, 6, 7, down to 1. It's 3 modal half steps up. 3 would be the fourth scale degree. I know that has a distance of 5 notes away. So if I'm looking at this nodal point 5, where's the Ionian? It'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom, A. So I'm looking at A from the top string. A would be the major. That would bring F sharp, G flat as the minor. So that means I'm on. So that means I'm basically, this node is in position 1, right? Because if this is the Aeolian in position 1, 1, 2, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's the Mixolydian of position 1. What I would call position 1, you might call it from a cage system an Ionian G-shaped position, because the G's would be out here. A, okay. So if I start on the Mixolydian, what's the third? 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 modal half steps up. 3. So if I'm on 5, it would be 6, 7. So there's the third. How far away is the third? It's the first modal whole step, second modal half step, third scale degree, which has a distance of 4 notes away because I'm going from a major node. So now I would be smearing from outside the key into the key here. That's the only that's the difference there. And then I'm going to say, okay, well, what about the fifth? 5 minus 1 is 4. So 4 modal half steps up, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2. So I'm looking for the Dorian. So I have one up top and one down below. That's 7 notes away. What about the 7? 7 minus 1 is 6. So 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4 would be the Lydian. So I have a Lydian here, which would be 10 notes away, even though it's from a major nodal point because it's the Mixolydian. All right, and then what's the thing that's different? Well, that also has a major second in it. So, but that's not different from the minor key that we looked at. So the difference from the minor here is that we have a sixth, a 9 note away sixth instead of a 8 note away sixth. So where's the sixth? So if I say it's the sixth would be 5. If it's the sixth, 5 modal half steps up that we're looking for. So that would be 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. Nodal point number 3, which would be the Phrygian. So that Phrygian is the one that's different in essence than what we were doing before. So now, right, because now this one is kind of the same. The third was different, but I'm still doing the same smear. It's just now I'm smearing from outside into the shape instead of from inside to outside the shape. But now in this shape, I have the box is now here. See, this box is here now. And the difference in that is that now I have this sixth, a 9 note away sixth. Now, if I was doing pentatonics, I would just ignore that. I might remove that or something, but I want to keep that in because I want to play with it. So I'm going to say, all right, that's the difference. So I still have the same shape. But now I don't have this. I have it out here. So the box is here. All right. Whew. Trying to not make it sound like an A, blues, because that open A makes me want to do it like an A, but it's an E blues, supposedly. Alright, I'm just gonna noodle around. My head is sufficiently confused for now. So let me just go back to here and noodle around. Trying to do that weird minor second thing.